Center at Bradley University. This is BUTV News.
Welcome to BUTV News. I'm Jack Rake.
And I'm Julia Hunt. Let's take a look at the news. Bradley's James Shadid officially assumed his role of president on April 1st. But this past Tuesday, students, faculty, and staff members of the Peoria community had the opportunity to meet Shadid in the Renaissance Coliseum. BUTV's Adalia Young was in attendance and has the latest. Let's take a look.
On Tuesday, Bradley University held an open event for the community to welcome its newest 13th president. Interim President Jonathan Michael passed the torch to former Board of Trustees member, Bradley alumni, and Peoria native James Shadid.
I'm honored to be here as we stand at the beginning of a new, exciting chapter for Bradley University. My friend Jim Shadid's going to do a great job for you.
Shadid has already hit the ground running. During his speech at his welcome event for the community, he expressed how Bradley's foundation is key to an upright future.
And because we have grown from that time of 350 students to over 70,000 passionate alumni across the nation, this university and those communities should never lose sight of who we are and what we mean to each other.
Shadid gave praises to the search committee, relived memories as a student, but did not shy away from the issues campus has faced, and has promised to tackle them head-on. As a former baseball player, he shared his excitement for wearing red and white on his sleeve once again.
As the first game approached, I stood in line with my teammates as Coach Bisher handed out our uniforms. I distinctly remember Coach reminding us that the names on our jerseys was Bradley. It wasn't Shadid or anything else. We were to represent Bradley University to the best of our abilities, with great effort and integrity, at home and on the road. Today, for the second time in my life, I have the honor of wearing a jersey that says Bradley, just Bradley. Going forward, we have much to do, and we will have to be at our best to do what we do.
Shadid expressed his desire to create change and is ready for the work that is needed to be done. After his remarks to the community, I got a chance to speak with him where he expressed his interest in highlighting the student experience and being more visible on campus.
So excited, and I want to continue to be visible and engage students. I'm going to walk around this campus. It's my nature to do so anyway, so I'm going to be a visible president, and I hope that the they haven't been shy in saying hello and taking pictures and poking a little fun at me, so I hope they keep it up.
For BUTV News, I'm Adalia Young.
Hilltop Studios is producing one of Bradley University's first podcasts to give more insight on campus life. Kiara Bayer has more details.
Hilltop Studios has just started the production of their first ever podcast about Bradley University. One of the people involved is the studio manager himself.
My name is William Duncan, and I am the managing director of Hilltop Recording Studio here in the lower level of University Hall on Bradley University's campus.
While Ben Jed and Angie Cooksey are the main creators and mainly do the booking for interviews, William focuses more on technical design.
Well, basically I'm the producer. I come in and do the technical side of things. I'll set up mics, we'll get a line check and do a sound check when the folks get here and verify that I'm actually capturing some audio.
They've already worked on quite a few projects, and as the producer, he's had a front row experience with what goes on behind the interviews.
Basically just about Bradley and the experience that their guests have had as instructors and professors here on campus. Some of them have been here a few years, some have been here for decades. And they get a chance to tell their story, which is very, very interesting.
Currently, 2 of all of their recordings have been processed and can be found on the iTunes app.
And we set things up, and right now, as of this date, we've got 8 podcasts in the can.
For more information, you can contact Ben Jed or Angel Cooksey under bjed@fsmail.bradley.edu or acooksy@mail.bradley.edu, respectfully. For BUTV News, I'm Kira Beyer.
Bradley's Improv troupe Barbecue Kittens hosts themed shows every so often. Audrey Hill tells us more.
Good evening. My name is Audriana Hill, here today with BUTV News. Tonight, we're outside of Bradley Hall waiting to see our on-campus improv group Barbecue Kitten perform. Tonight, they will be showcasing their torture show where they will have to keep acting through various challenges. We were able to get an interview with one of the Barbecue Kitten members, Toby Schamberger. He told us about how he got into improv.
I became friends with a lot of people in improv, and then eventually a lot of my friends started joining improv. It's like, oh, dude, I gotta get in on this, you know?
Toby was excited to tell us about some things that appeared in the torture show.
I was squirted by a water gun a bunch. I ate some hot sauce, and it got to the point where like I genuinely couldn't stand. Like my hands were like paralyzed. Like I could not move my fingers, and like I was like grasping at a cup of milk after it. I was like, you know what I mean?
Here he shares some of the personal and moral values that improv provides.
To think on your feet, and I think that it's definitely helped me like improve myself in a lot of ways. So just because it hasn't opened any like economic or job doors doesn't mean that it's like I'm not improving myself as a person and not like getting skills that I could use for the rest of my life, which is like, that sounds kind of cheesy, but like it is pretty cool.
Concluding our interview, Toby provides information about when the group meets and where.
It's a horrible time, I know, but if you're willing to stay up until midnight, it's a lot of fun. Right now we are meeting inside of Lydia's Lounge because it's getting colder.
Thank you for joining us this evening as we watch these kittens showcase their improv abilities. I'm Audriana Hill, here with BUTV News.
After the break, Cassie gives us the latest news in the gaming world.
And Rachel has your weekly weather report.
Most hiring algorithms would scream me out.
Some bosses couldn't see me as a leader.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper. I've been running code as long as I've been able to reach a keyboard.
This is what I do. It's second nature for me, coordinating 100 details at once.
The way my mind works, I have a very mechanical brain.
I sold them on my skills.
You gotta be so good they can't ignore you.
My magic is
analytics and empathy. That's how I get clients. You have to have the confidence in yourself to show up and defy the odds.
I am more than who I am on paper.
I never got a college degree. And today, I'm the CEO of my own company. People want to tell me I'm one in a million, when actually I'm one of millions. Stars are all around us. It's time for them to shine.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches, me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes, look at that. You didn't turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you have to get it trending. Right, backpack kid?
Let's do it.
First, invite your kid to do the vape talk. Let's try this. All right.
Why is he here?
Yeah, I gotta get it trending, honey.
Come on.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Oh, honey, can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
I see a lot of your friends vaping.
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
Okay, how has everyone been feeling about this rainy weather?
I have not loved it.
No, me neither. Although I do love going home after class and taking a nap in the rain. I do love that.
Yes, I have to agree. Rainy weather, perfect. Like my own personal sound machine when it's raining out at night. Well, unfortunately, we did see some rain today. So let's go take a look on campus. As you guys don't know, kind of different this week, I am Rachel Hobbs. I am your weather anchor for this lovely day. As you can see and probably tell, it definitely did rain today. I definitely was not enjoying it. Kind of gloomy, put me in a kind of sort of different mood. But that's okay because guys, guess what? This weekend, it's actually going to be a dry weekend. So I am super excited. So let's go take a look at our maps for today. As you can see, there's a lot of green. I'm not a big fan of green sometimes when it's on this map, but we are seeing a lot of cloud coverage today, obviously, with the rain. That's basically, normal when it comes to this. But the temperature is rising, but we are going to still be seeing some lower temperatures as we see going on in the next week. So let's go take a look at the temp map right now. I'm seeing more blue as well. We are sitting at around 56 degrees at the moment. I could take it, it could be better, but down south we are seeing a lot of in the 70s, and that's only going to rise from here. So let's go take a look at their 5-day forecasts and see what our weather has to offer this week. Tomorrow we are going to see a chance of rain. It is going to be after 1 p.m., but tomorrow morning there is going to be significant fog. So if you're driving or commuting, please be careful. And then throughout the week we're going to see a high of 68 on Sunday, but we are seeing a dry weekend. So that's exciting, so plan accordingly. Get out as much as you can before it gets cold again or starts raining, because April showers bring May flowers. So let's go on to entertainment with Cassie.
Thanks, Rachel. There's a ton of good game news this week, so let's get started. A Minecraft movie came out on April 4th, absolutely destroying previously released video game movies in its opening weekend total, at the astounding amount of $163 million. Despite the success, the movie's ratings are not doing too hot by critic standards, being at a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes tomato meter. Still, that doesn't mean the movie isn't enjoyable for casual watchers, with the rating being a 6 out of 10 on IMDb. If you'd like to form your own opinion, this movie is expected to be in theaters until at least the middle of June. In some more Pixel-themed news, Witchbrook, after being announced 10 years ago, finally dropped its first look trailer, which was jarring for many, as the last we heard of it was a staggering 5 years ago. From what we've seen so far, the game offers pixelated graphics, social options, and a beautiful town to explore as you attend a college for magic. Furthermore, you can also play with up to 3 other players. The game is expected to be released in winter of 2025, so use that for your motivation to get through the next semester. While not on console, it's still a game. On April 12th, consider joining Howler Nursery in Peoria for some early Easter fun, as they host the Hardy Hares Easter egg hunt. The event will start at 11 a.m. in the Garden Center, whether it's raining or not, so there's no getting out of the hunt because of some measly weather. Just make sure you bring your own basket. The hare can't provide all the fun. So,
are you guys going to see the Minecraft movie, or have you?
I've already seen it. I saw it on the second night. It really is a social movie.
It is on my to-watch list, definitely.
Oh, absolutely.
Mine
Me too.
Yeah, just seeing the environment in the movie theater, I want that. I want to see that and enjoy that. So.
Well, coming up, recent developments in the Department of Communication.
And an interview with a group whose aim is to improve financial literacy in seniors.
I wonder if you know that I want the best for you. That I know what you're going through. I know things aren't easy, but you still show up. I wonder if you know that we can get help. That we don't have to go through this alone. Let's see how far we can go. Love, your mind.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies. Food can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Because when people are fed, futures are nourished. Everyone deserves to live a full life. And with your help, together we can end hunger. Join the movement at feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Scams targeting older adults are on the rise, and one local group is taking action.
Adalia Young is reporting live from the Caterpillar Global Communication Center for the Inside Scoop. Bradley University recently announced Ethan Ham as the Dean of Slane College of Communication and Fine Arts, following a nationwide search. Ham served as an interim dean since January of 2024 and previously held a role as the Associate Dean for Strategy and Innovation, as well as Chair of the Department of Interactive Media. Under Ham's leadership, interactive media enrollment grew by 266%. He also played a role in establishing connection with other universities. His collaboration efforts resulted in 3 NASA grants and other significant funding opportunities. Up next, Micah has some softball updates.
And the latest in baseball.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. The one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the one that says, sure, I can have a drink. Or the feeling that says, okay, I've been drinking. Now what? It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Plan ahead. Catch a sober ride. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
It's important to get a flu shot each and every year because flu viruses are constantly changing and immunity from the vaccine decreases over time. Flu vaccines are updated annually to work against that year's viruses. The best time to get your shot is in the fall, but getting it later can still help. Getting a flu shot lowers your risk of getting sick, and if you do happen to get flu, it's likely to be less severe.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
I sometimes wonder how the softball and baseball team can play in this crazy weather.
It feels so dangerous to me.
Well, speaking of them, the speech team always gets their vans for some reason after muddy games, and there's mud all over the place. So I know that they're getting really in there with the mud.
That is insane. Speaking of the baseball and softball team, good evening, everyone, and welcome to BUTV Sports. I'm your host, Micah Gatewood, and let's get right into it. This past weekend, the Bradley softball team stayed at home to face off against Valparaiso and SIUE. In the first 3 games against Valparaiso, the Braves struggled in the game, being unable to score off the mound for the entire match, but returned the favor on the defensive end with pitcher Sidney Kennedy throwing 5 strikeouts. Unfortunately, with an early score from the Beacons in the second inning, the Braves had no response, losing 1-0. In the second doubleheader game against the Beacons, the Braves started off well, getting 4 hits and 3 runs late in the second inning. However, as the game progressed, the Braves struggled with hits while the Beacons were able to get hits and many RBIs to triumph over the Braves 8-4. However, for the next 2 games, including a rematch against Valparaiso the next day, were major turnarounds for the Braves. During the rematch against Valparaiso, the Braves were dominant on defense, leaving the Beacons with no hits for multiple innings while getting hits and runs for their own. Though the Beacons scored 3 runs late in the 5th inning, the Braves beat the Beacons 4-3. In the final game against SIUE, the Braves slaughtered the mound, getting 4 runs in the 3rd and 5th inning. The Cougars couldn't compete against the Braves, though they scored 4 runs within the course of the game. The Braves' defense keeping the Cougars hitless was another benefit that helped them win 9-4. On the flip side, the Braves baseball team traveled to Cape Girardeau, Missouri, to play in a 3-game series against Murray State. In the first game, the Braves struggled with only 3 hits and no runs in the entire game. However, pitcher Eli Lehrman provided some defensive effort by throwing 4 scoreless innings, but wasn't enough as the Braves lose 5-0. In the second game, it was a painful loss for the Braves. The Braves struggled a lot on the mound, only getting 3 hits the entire game and gave up 12 runs on the defensive side, with 9 of them coming before the 4th inning. The Braves had no answer for the Racers, being left scoreless for the second time in a row with a 12-0 loss. With the final game, it was a new start for the Braves with redemption on their minds. The Braves bounced back from their low-hitting woes by getting 10 hits, which gave them momentum to be able to score 2 runs late in the game. Not only that, Gavin Thompson had an outstanding pitching performance, playing in 5 innings and not allowing any hits or runs in every inning with 5 strikeouts. However, the Braves could not achieve the comeback, losing to the Racers 4-3. The Braves look to bounce back at home to play against Western Illinois tonight at Dozer Park. Finally, congrats to softball's March Prairie Farms Athlete of the Month, Kirsten McCoy.
It sounds like our teams have been busy and working hard.
Very, very, very busy. It's been just a lot of games, home, away, traveling to different places. I just remember it's back in my old days when I was playing in AAU. Just going to different states was insane.
Well, I'm excited to see how they end up doing the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Coming up, a performance from the Liverpools.
And future campus events.
Be right there. Wait. Use the shovel and bucket of water, remember? Drown, stir, drown, feel. Then make sure it's cool.
Where'd you learn that?
SmokeyBear.com. Brushed up on some tips before we left. Don't want to start a wildfire, right?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Let's take a look at some upcoming events on campus. Thursday the 10th, make room in your schedule for yoga and Pilates in Markin 201. This class takes place from noon to 12:50 and is perfect for any fitness level. The Women and Gender Studies program is hosting a panel on the topic of community responses to gender-based violence. Panelists will discuss how different communities are affected by gender and sexual violence, as well as resources to facilitate healing. The panel will be held in the Student Center Ballroom April 14th from 3 to 4:30 p.m. Looking to de-stress? Join the Panhellenic Council on Olin Quad next Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. to play with some puppies.
Okay, guys, we are in like the final stretch of this semester. How are we feeling about this?
Stress, a lot of exams. I'm just like, man, can I get through these without another, like, did I say it right?
As a freshman finishing off my first year here, I'm feeling a lot of pressure, but also a lot of relief. I made it through the first year. I didn't, combust into flames. And I'll be back next year alive. So, it's a relief to be here at this point.
Yeah, sure. I'm a junior, and so I feel like this semester kind of snuck up on me. Like, honestly, to be almost done junior year and going into my senior year and starting to think about senior films. I'm an animation major. It's kind of crazy, and like to have to start looking for a job. I don't know. I'm very excited for things to be over with the semester, but also like kind of going into a new chapter starting soon. So.
What about you, Cassie?
I feel like I have a lot less work than I should.
That happens for sure.
Yeah, no, it's like I have like 2 essays, maybe like a third one if you count it. I don't have to worry about much, and I feel crazy because all my engineering majors friends are like, oh my god, I have everything to do in the world.
Yes. Yes. So as you guys know, I am a senior, and this is my third year being here at BUTV, and it does sneak up on you really fast. So yeah, I've been student teaching this whole entire semester, and I did novice teaching last semester. So it's definitely been a very hectic kind of semester, but I love it. So you guys just take it all in when I'm gone and remember me, because I'll be here in spirit. We're gonna miss you.
Well, that's it for BUTV News this week. I'm Jack Raitt.
I'm Micah Gatewood.
I'm Cassie Maxwell.
And I'm Rachel Hobbs.
And I'm Julia Hunt. We leave you tonight with a performance from the Liverpools. Have a great night.
To a place where no one knows who we are. So we put on a tune to get us through the drive to see the side of the moon. And this is our say driving through the summer. Right here next to you. We only need each other, and we don't care. It's the fashion industry get cold in the break that we go. And let us start at legends in the summer. Right here next to you.